Okay, I'm Flannery Black-Ingersoll. I'm a PhD candidate at BU School of Public Health in the Department of Environmental Health and an urban program trainee. And I did my internship with the City of Boston's Office of Emerging Technology on the development of a climate lab. So, the City of Boston is vulnerable to many hazards of climate change along the coastline and within its urban infrastructure, such as sea level rise and extreme heat. Technology startups are interested in opportunities to address these hazards by piloting new technologies for climate change resilience. And these can support a city's efforts to adapt to climate change and or may include innovations that decrease the city's contributions to greenhouse gas emissions. So in my internship, I reviewed the relevance of a set of prospective startups to specific categories of climate change related urban challenges, ranging from energy to built environment and infrastructure as shown here. I came across a key barrier to working with these startups in my internship, which is the city's procurement policy. So I reviewed procurement structures in cities across the US to outline how sustainable procurement policies could support work with new technologies. For example, Boston could work with, as seen here for Portland, Oregon, a startup that produces low carbon concrete in a public building project. And this is not just a sampling, this is really the scope of current sustainable procurement policies in the US. So there's not very many cities that have implemented this at this point. I also reviewed existing state level policies and programs that I found were relevant to sustainable procurement, including Mass Save, which is an energy efficiency program, a solar program for solar incentives in Massachusetts, the Massachusetts Clean Energy Center, which is a renewable energy trust fund, a home energy assistance programs that's focused on fuel and weatherization assistance, and then a couple of electric vehicle related programs for charging stations and also rebates. Now, the city of Boston itself is already an innovative city in climate change adaptation and mitigation efforts. There are solar panels on residences and schools like Roxbury Community College. There's Boston food forest sites scattered throughout the neighborhoods of the city. The city actually also did a green roof bus shelter campaign for cooling bus stops along one of the bus routes. There's a lot of historic building redesign and, of course, new and innovative buildings like Boston University's Center for Data Science that are using decarbonization and retrofit designs. There's coastal resilience projects like seawalls, green roofs for heat adaptation, and a big part of climate related work is also air quality monitoring, and there's a lot of air quality sensor networks that are put up around the city. And this last one here is a newer ordinance that requires buildings to disclose and reduce their emissions. And they call this BERDO, the Building Emissions Reduction and Disclosure Ordinance. So I wrapped up my internship with a report for the group developing the climate lab with some insights into the categories of climate resilience and relevance to Boston, a detailed roster of startups, and guidance on sustainable procurement as has been implemented by other cities in the US. And hopefully the climate lab will be able to move forward with some proposed partnerships that I talked about in this and some city departments, which I met with throughout my internship, that are interested in piloting some of these new technologies. And with this, Boston will be able to navigate towards new procurement strategies based on those modeled by cities in the US and integrate climate change resilience into their work.